Hi, I'm Robin Birkin, an ex-corporate marketer turned online business owner. I took everything I knew and created a six-figure life coaching business in the margins between nap times and a 9 to 5, and I'm here to share with you how you can do the same. Tune in as I share the raw and unfiltered truths, big lessons, and practical tips to help you build and grow a sustainable bread-winning business online that is both peaceful and profitable. Here, we dive deep into all things online courses, funnels, audience growth, and so much more. If that sounds like the things you want to learn, then welcome to Signature Online Course Secrets. Let's go. So, whenever I see someone post something online, like how I grew my bajillion-dollar business without any ads, I can tell you right now that the first thing I think is, wow, that sounds like a lot of hard work. And it was really, really slow. Because when you learn how to run Facebook and Instagram ads, especially if you are someone who only has the capacity to work part-time hours in your business, it's like turning on a tap to your business. And I have lots of strategy and connection calls with women who are considering joining the Peace and Profit Mastermind. And when we go into and deep dive into their business, one of the biggest problems that they have is they don't have a reliable source of consistent new traffic into their business. And so this is one of the things that I want to speak to today. And I'm going to give you the real truth behind how I became really good at Facebook and Instagram ads, so much so that I now teach all of the women who are in the mastermind, well, not all of them, but the majority of women, and it's a big thing that we work on, is how to run really great, effective, and great return on investment ads for your business. So I reached a point in my business and I was selling my group coaching program, the Fertility Warrior Intensive, and I was probably averaging about 15 people joining per cohort, which I know that some people would be like, oh my God, I would dream of 15 people. But considering that at this point, like I was publishing my podcast weekly, I was also, my Instagram had started gaining traction. I had a Facebook group with definitely a couple of thousand people in it. And I just still wasn't making the sales that I wanted, nor was my cohorts really growing. And my email list wasn't growing nearly the rate that I wanted it to either. And so I came to this realization that I needed more sales. Like if I wasn't going to grow further, I would start going backwards at one point. And I speak to so many business owners, as I've just said, who get to this point where they're like, you know, I've a trickle of one-to-one clients, but I don't have anyone new coming through to my audience. They're like, I'm busting my ass on Instagram and it's just not resulting in enough clients. And maybe they're doing a really, really great job of all of those things, but it's just not resulting in a flow of people. And there comes a point when, like I said, if you are working part-time in your business, but still want to make really great sales, whether that's to physical premises and on like a one-to-one coaching or consulting offer or something like an online course, if it's at a particular price point and above, then to my mind, there's really no other option other than put in a ton more hours into things like collaborations and podcast interviews, which doesn't work for me. I live in Perth, Western Australia, which is like the complete opposite of many time zones in the world. And so a lot of the time, if I want to do podcast interviews and things like that with other people, it looks like me having to stay up at night and do it at night when I'm tired. I look scrappy, my lighting isn't great, and my study is right next door to both of the girls' bedrooms. So inevitably always wakes them up as well. Or, you know, somehow wrangle doing it in the day, but then it's the context switching for me, because if I've had that almost like human interaction of being high energy and appearing on someone else's podcast, that takes it out of me for like a good hour at least afterwards as well. So it makes me generally less productive in my business as well. There's one question I've been asked more than anything else, and it's this: Robin, how do you get so much done in such a short period of time? Because I've never had the luxury of being able to work in my business and hustle those 40 to 60 hour weeks. It's all been between nap times, a 9 to 5, or the school run. And from my second year in business and ever since, we've had 6-figure plus years. So this is it. I've put together for you my entire weekly work schedule, my to-do list, and everything I do in my business to help give you the tips, insights, and strategies to help you thrive as a business owner in part-time hours. It's called 16-Hour CEO, and it's a value-packed PDF that takes you behind the scenes in my business. Want a copy? It is totally free and it's at launcheasylife.com/CEO. That's launcheasylife.com/CEO. All right, let's dive back into the episode. So I intentionally, as I grew my business, knew that collaborations was not going to be a core part of my strategy. It just wasn't going to be able to fit in with the life and the business that I wanted to lead. So if I still wanted to be able to be exposed to enough outside audiences in order to grow my business, it needed to look like something like Facebook and Instagram ads. So they're both owned by Meta. You do Facebook and Instagram ads through the same platform, and Facebook and Instagram ads will also share your ads, if that's the option that you choose, through a whole bunch of other websites as well. So I decided that Facebook and Instagram ads were something that was like not even optional in my business. If I wanted to grow to a particular level, they were essential. And so I looked up Done With You Facebook ads coach. That's what I searched on Instagram one morning. I just woke up one morning and I said, you know what? The next right step for my business is Facebook and Instagram ads. And therefore, I looked up on Instagram, I saw a lady, and within an hour had signed up to her program, which was a 4-month one-to-one coaching program for $10,000. This was before I was making $100,000 in my business, because I knew that if the alternative would be me like just messing around again and again and again, maybe for years, maybe I would waste $1,000 on absolutely crappy ads and not get anywhere, versus if I had someone like teaching me. It's this whole thing, like give someone a fish or teach someone how to fish. I was like, I want to learn how to fish. I want to learn how to do this. And so I worked with this coach to build out these campaigns. And one of the things I was pleasantly surprised at, and am still, is that in comparison to the business niche, ads that target the general population are actually really cost effective. My clients blow me away constantly with some of the results that they get from their Facebook and Instagram ads. And it just turns on a tap into your business. As I've been growing this business, I noticed, because I don't have that, automatic traffic already from the podcast and even the Instagram, it is literally like I will get 20 leads to my email list without Facebook ads, whereas I'll get 300 to 500 leads per month to my email list when I'm running Facebook and Instagram ads. And it's a massive difference. So the truth is that I trusted myself. I invested because I knew that that was the next level that I needed to be in my business. And since that time, I've also had an agency at one point, and I loved the agency. So this is nothing to do with the agency, but found that, if you're paying them $1,000 to $3,000 per month to manage your ads, in addition to your ad spend, number one, you want to be able to be spending more than enough. Their cost would be less than what you would be paying if you were just paying a little bit extra for ads, but doing them yourselves. But also, you're just not a priority. So I was still finding that I was writing a lot of the copy. I was still in my ads manager, seeing what was working, seeing what could be improved, because you're only spending that small amount. So you obviously are one of, 20 different clients who are all vying for attention. And then I also at one point joined a membership for Facebook ads. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why I'm so good at Facebook and Instagram ads is because I invested to learn the skills, because I knew that spending $10,000 to learn them in 1 year would benefit me forever in my business. And I've always gone into it with the view that whatever I learn, you can't take away anything that you've learned or any aha moments that you have. And it was the same philosophy that when I started my business and I decided, right, I'm going to have a business, it's going to be successful. I spent $4,000 on a one-to-one coach for an 8-week program. She helped me create my program, the Fertility Warrior Intensive.
in the time that I worked with her, it only made $2,500, but that course, just that course, went on to make $150,000 before it was retired, because she had helped me get up and running. She helped me price it. She gave me the momentum and the accountability to get going. And when I invested in this mentor to learn Facebook and Instagram ads, I spent $10,000, not including the ad spend. But that's what took me from, like 10 to 15 enrollments per cohort to about 45 plus enrollments in my online course per cohort. So a radical difference. And learning Facebook ads is something that's been an absolute game changer, not just for the life coaching business, but also in this business as well. So that's the real truth. The real truth isn't like that I'm a genius at it. It's actually partly because I've done it as a career in marketing, but a lot of it is just because I knew that it was the next step in my business. And I knew that if I didn't learn, my business would stagnate and potentially go backwards. So I invested in learning the skills to do it with someone guiding me the entire way. If you are in the stage where you're considering how to become the CEO, where you feel like maybe your business isn't growing, or even this year that you're not getting the results that you want, I would seriously encourage you to start taking a step back and looking at, okay, what did I do that used to work that I'm not doing anymore? Where have I dropped the ball on different things? And where am I just not continuing to up level to the next level, when really that's what needs to happen? You can always sit and look at your vision board and be like, yeah, I want to double my business. But doubling your business might mean learning new skills, up-leveling your launches, hiring a VA, whatever that might be. And that is how you will get to the next level in your business. I hope this has been a helpful insight, and I cannot wait to share with you some of our upcoming guest expert interviews. You are going to love them. All right, see you next week. Bye. Another episode on the books. If you'd like to continue the conversation and get more super savable tips, come and find me on Instagram at Robin Birkin. Otherwise, make sure you're subscribed, and I can't wait to see you next week.